As most people would say, a UFO kind of looks like a light formation in the distant sky, right? That's usually what we think. What they won't say, though, is that a UFO looks like a missile coming right for you in the cockpit. Unless, of course, they are crew members on board a Homeland Security flight over California. Those guys will tell you exactly what they saw, and it sure did not look or act of this world. A year ago, February, they took evasive action when a football-like Tic Tac came out of nowhere, heading straight for them. Thinking it was a missile, they ducked the aircraft to the left to avoid a head-on collision and raised the right wing so that the thing could pass right underneath them. And while they reported it right away, they did not talk about it publicly until now. Here is an animated recreation of the sighting with the actual audio of the encounter attached.
Troy 2-1, go ahead.
It's not weird, but I just had something pass underneath my wing, maybe like a football-sized object right underneath our wing.
Troy 2-1, Roger. Do you think it was a drone or?
I have no idea. I got my sensor operator looking for it on the camera right now. We'll see if we can find it. But it's like a dark gray cylindrical object, and it was probably the size of a football, and it passed maybe 10 feet under our right wing.
Troy 2-1, Roger. Thank you for the report. Keep me advised if you find anything else out.
Yeah, we'll do. We'll look for it now.
We got that animation from Ben Hansen, who's the host of UFO Witness on Discovery Plus. The people on that plane vouched for that animation, saying that is exactly what the incident looked like. Ben just interviewed a crew member, and Ben is here with me now live to talk about it. Holy cow. Wow, Ben, first of all, kudos to you for getting a crew member to talk, because that's one of the hardest things in this whole mystery, right, is to get somebody who's an actual witness to describe it, especially a reliable witness like these guys. But it's amazing that they described what they saw as thinking it was a surface-to-air missile.
Yeah, so it was actually that first News Nation breaking news that we did with you that got them to connect with me. And I wanted to verify, because there is no video actually of this. They did try to attempt to video this with a camera that sits underneath the nose and the belly, but they didn't have time. I mean, this thing basically came at them at a 1 or 12 o'clock position, and first appeared as a glint, like a flash. And then in an instant, the pilot had looked down at what they call the TCAS, which is their scope that tells them other air traffic in the area, didn't see anything, looks back up. And within that about 2 seconds, the thing has closed the distance so quickly that he instinctively reacts. In his mind, he's thinking someone is shooting a surface-to-air missile at us. So he takes evasive action.
Okay, so then the next thing that's fascinating about that video, if we were to play the whole thing out long, is that these pilots are communicating with the ground and saying, this thing turned around and started coming back for us. That's my very inarticulate way of describing it. But tell me what they said happened when the thing, the Tic Tac, whatever it is, came back for them.
So forgive the crudity of the model, but I didn't have time to have my animator redo the video. So here we have a model that's not the real plane, right, the type, but it's flying along, and as this Tic Tac is a jelly bean actually, is heading towards them, they instinctively turn off the autopilot. So this sets off an alarm, instantly wakes up all the crew, what's going on, and banks to the left. Okay, so he pops up this wing enough because he thinks he's in a collision with this object. It passes, he believes, either directly under him or slightly off. It continues on behind them. So he gets the sensor operator involved, and they have a very sophisticated radar on board. See if you can find this thing. Well, that's where they believe they tracked an object, their same altitude, 20,000 feet, 60 miles behind them. In a couple of seconds, that object then jumps to about 20 miles closer to them, back to 30 or 40, and then again to 10. It's like it's playing hopscotch back and forth and they have no idea what this is.
So obviously I think most important question here would be, how did this crew member react, and what have they done with this information since, and how were they received delivering the news about what they went through?
Well, first of all, as we always say, in incidents like this, it is a safety of flight issue, and that's why they called LA Center, the air traffic control, to report to them what just happened, right? They did their best to try and document, to try and record this thing. They're really concerned about it. It doesn't make sense that over California you'd have a surface-to-air missile coming at you, but instinctively, I've been flying as a pilot, and I've had like a bird come towards my wing and pop that wing up really quick so I don't collide with it. That's a concern. Nobody should be flying at 20,000 feet unidentified, and this object had no means of visible propulsion. There was no smoke, no streak, no anything as it passes by. So how is it flying, and how is it going several times the speed of sound? And then hopping back and forth. It reminds us of the Navy Tic Tac video in 2004. Right? And they described that on radar covering 60 miles in mere seconds. So same, California coastline, same kind of description, a lot of similarities. Everyone's baffled about it. And we're hoping that officials take this seriously and look into it.
Well, like I said, you can't get a more reliable witness than a crew from Homeland Security pilots who literally had to protect themselves against it in terms of reporting. You and I are not finished talking about this.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our News Nation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.